What's going on? Welcome back to Trending Stocks. Today we're going to talk to you about Faraday Future. Over the last several days, Faraday's actually put out two videos kind of talking on misconceptions and whatever else. I wanted to briefly play the second video and then over and above that, pose some additional questions that I would really like Faraday's CEO to kind of elaborate and talk on. So I'm going to go over all the things that you need to know, but first make sure to hit that thumbs up, and with that, let's get right to it. So this video is roughly around 3 minutes. I did play the first one under my previous video, so in case you guys haven't seen it, definitely go over there and take a look. But beside the point, let's get right to it.
Hello again, and welcome back when you have seen my post yesterday. My name is Matthias. I'm the Global CEO of Faraday Future. Yesterday, I reported about our company's releases and the confusion it created in the retail investor community. Today, I want to carry on with other topics which were mentioned from the community concerning your interest. We have a so-called section Risk Factors that outlines potential significant risks the company could face. However, some media outlets with the desire of attention have exaggerated or took these risk factors out of context, causing significant misperceptions about the company's business among retail investors. Today we aim to clarify these misunderstandings and rumors. First, the risk factors section of FF's 2023 annual report states FF may never achieve or sustain profitability. Does this mean that even the management has no confidence in the company? First of all, the company's management is steadfast in its belief in FF's strategy and is fully confident in the business development. The majority of these risk factors, including this one, go back to the pre-IPO phase when the documents were prepared for SEC registration for us to become a public company. Since then, these risk factors carry over into each disclosure document, which can easily be checked in all the disclosed documents.
He is right on that.
Second, some media report that YT and FF admit that the company will never achieve profitability. Is that true? Regarding this, I solemnly declare on behalf of the company that this is purely fabricated and is a serious distortion of facts. In fact, we have continuously driven the company towards profitability through innovation in our business approach. Just to re-emphasize on what I said in the earnings call, our main focus remains on stabilizing and strengthening our operation. Key is achieving profitability and independence in the shortest possible time. We think that with the light asset approach we have chosen, we are very well prepared to realize these goals. Third, why did the company withdraw the annual sales target in the recently filed Form 10K? With the withdrawal, what are the new plans and guidelines? Funding difficulties in the first month of this year pushed back the start of continuous ramp-up. The volume plan follows the characteristic of a hockey stick, which moves the majority of the volume into the next calendar year. It is a natural consequence of our financing difficulties. Fourth, some media and comments claim that FF sold only 4 cars last year. Is this true? I've seen also some comments stating that FF sold only 4 cars in 2023 and the other 6 were leased rather than sold. This is a complete misunderstanding. I believe this misunderstanding arises from a lack of understanding of car sales models in the US or the Western world. There are 3 mainstream car sale models: full purchase, financing, and leasing. The latter being a popular option that does not exist in some other markets. In fact, leasing is a type of automotive financing which considers only the contractual period to be financed and take into account the residual value of the vehicle after the period. I hope my explanations are clarifying what was questioned in a lot of your comments, and I'm happy to carry on to give you insight whenever you raise questions. Thank you for listening.
So I assume he's talking about comments here. Maybe that's what they're reading, because I don't really know exactly where else he'd be obtaining potential questions. But with what he did say, there's one thing I just wanted to clarify. And over the last several videos, I've made it very clear what caused Faraday to go up was not their operations. Rather, it was the squeeze aspect of that. So just you have to distinguish between the differences. You are going to have a lot of people very overly critical on the day-to-day operations or lack thereof. because that's not why it went up, right? So it's gotten a lot of attention, and by doing so, you're going to get negative attention at the same time. So you kind of have to understand the basis of where he's coming from. But to piggyback some of what he mentioned, I do have some questions. So starting off with number one right here. So this PR was from them, came out October the 15th, 2023. Talks on 6 measures Faraday is going to be looking to protect stockholder interests. One of the points that they do say, it says right here, the company is developing a series of measures to help identify and, if found, combat potential abusive or illegal short selling activities. So they did hire or officially engaged with Share Intel. So a lot of companies have used Share Intel in the past, so it's able to track, analyze, and do all the fun stuff that needs to be done to kind of acknowledge abusive behavior or naked shorting. So in reality, this came out on October the 15th, 2023. And then there was this on December the 14th. Faraday Future continues actions to protect stockholders against potential illegal trading activities. So it looks like Faraday did complete its first phase analysis of identifying potential illegal trading activity and is taking additional steps to help mitigate such activities with Share Intel Shareholder Intelligence Services LLC into a second phase of work. So this is my question. Where is this at? Because December the 14th, 2023, they should have talked about that in their recent earnings. They kind of just mentioned something in passing, and plus during his first video, obviously I just played you the second one, in his first video, he kind of just talked on naked shorting to stop that. Like, where is this at? And so in reality, I think this is a very big question mark that logically a lot of investors that have been following Faraday, such as myself, want to know. And in theory, like I said, there's two aspects, right? The operational update, and then there is the squeeze aspect. This would fuel the squeeze aspect and really propel the stock higher. So that's just my opinion and potentially question number one that I would really like to hear from them. This one right here. So this came out September 21st, 2023, and Faraday Future announces management stock purchase plan. So it does say these senior executives and members of management have committed to utilize 50% of their salary over a 3-month period to purchase shares of the company's Class A common stock of the company to further demonstrate their belief and support in the business. Shares will be locked up for a minimum of 180 days, blah, blah, blah. So when this news came out, I was like, man, this is where it's at. This is like literally one of the best things that you could ever see coming from management. But since September 21st, there has been no Form 4s. And based on their recent annual 2023 earnings, which would encumber this, there's no indication of them doing that or even going to be doing that in the foreseeable future. So why put this out? Where is this at? This is something, again, a long-term shareholder would really have questions over, and not one just got in recently over the last couple of weeks because of the whole kind of squeeze aspect. So this is question number 2. And then moving on to the third one right over here, it's kind of piggybacking off of what he kind of mentioned. So he talked on financing, how it pushed operations back. But if you do look at the transcripts, so this is their transcripts from Q3 2023, but I did double check with Q2, Q1, every single quarter in 2023, they do talk on ramping up. So if they knew at this stage in the game that they were going to have so much financing difficulties, which a lot of investors like myself, I have been saying time and time again that they're kind of broke for the most part. And I have all my Faraday videos up, so you guys can always pop over there and kind of rewatch a lot of them. Goes over the good, the bad, and the ugly, every aspect of Faraday. But needless to say, like, they've been saying and talking on ramping up for a while. So in reality, what is up with that? And actually going back over here, there's one thing as well I just wanted to kind of mention. So there's a lot of companies, startup companies, that like to rely on toxic lenders. In here, it actually talks on how they aren't going to be pursuing those toxic lenders anymore, and that they're going to go the traditional route. So that is kind of good. I absolutely loved that news as well. But in theory, especially based on their last earnings and during his first video, not his second one that I just played you again, he talks on notes, convertible notes, and that's why the outstanding shares jumped up tenfold. So in reality, you've already previously stated that you're not going to be pursuing through the toxic lenders again, but you pretty much are doing that exact same thing, even now. And the CFO did say that they're going to be pursuing that in the foreseeable future. So what's up? What's up with that? Like, I don't understand. You're talking on financing and you got absolutely murdered share price wise because of these toxic lenders, but you're going back to them. So that's something just doesn't add up when it comes down to that. So that's kind of my potential questions to the CEO that maybe needs to be put either in the comments of his videos, or someone who has maybe through Seeking Alpha or someone else needs to pick up. And I think those are the actual difficult questions that needs to be done. So let me know your thoughts. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up and subscribe. What other potential questions would you have for Faraday? And let me know in the comments below. One final thing, take advantage of this promo. Simply sign up for a new account, throw $100 at it, and they give you 5 free stocks. Each stock is valued up to $2,000. So this is a kick-ass deal. Link in the description below and also the comments. With all that said, appreciate all of you watching.